Hey, what's up? Kokatan Luffy. So today we're about to do another death battle reaction. Before I start, I've had some issues in the past with my mic, so what I decided to do, and this might have actually been the smarter thing to do initially, is to record my mic and the audio from the show on two separate channels. So then I can edit and balance everything out so I can get my commentary in. In fact, I'm going to get most of my commentary in right now, going into this fight. And again, thanks, ScrewAttack. Special thanks to you guys because I love these death battles. And actually, I'm not really big on doing reaction videos, but I mean, it's just super fun to watch death battle. And I mean, I'm always very opinionated when it comes to the battles. And yeah, so specifically with Hercule and Dan, I am a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, as you might already can tell, and by other things on my channel. But I like Dragon Ball Z and I like Street Fighter, and I kind of have a soft spot for both of these characters. They're not my favorite characters in these series, but they're charming and likable in their own respective ways. In terms of who would actually win in a death battle, not entirely sure here. Hercule is like the world's strongest in Dragon Ball Z. When it comes to Dan, he's not really strong at all. So, when I say the world's strongest in Dragon Ball Z, he's like the strongest human that doesn't use ki. Well, for the most part, yeah, for the strongest human that doesn't use ki in any way. I was gonna say General Tao, but he definitely uses ki. So, but anyway, let's get into the fight. So let's get it started. All right, let's go. Death battle! I'm kind of excited.
A good
I always love watching a new
become
one.
Tense, but ready, not thinking, yet not dreaming, ready for whatever may come.
But some fighters are dumb enough to ignore the legendary Bruce Lee's words, like Hercule Satan, the world martial arts champion.
And Dan Hibiki, the Psycho Street
Dan,
Fighter.
my gosh.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's like my favorite fighting game, Street Fighter, Budokai 3. Oh my gosh,
The
Street
Earth
Fighter
was
4.
in danger, the future of mankind threatened by a monster named Cell. All would be lost unless a hero could best him in the ring of champions.
The hope of the world lay on the shoulders and afro of one man, Hercule Satan.
This guy.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Officially, Mr. Satan is the world martial arts champion and chosen savior of humanity.
He's pretty
Or
tall.
so he would have you believe.
Hey, if I could lie that well, I'd make everybody think
He looks
I'm
like he's
king of
more
the
than
world,
208
too.
pounds,
Or
though.
even God.
But before he was the hero of the people, Mr. Satan went by Mark. Eager to learn, Mark sought to master the art of combat.
Young Mark honed his skills in the dojo Satan Castle, which sounds awesome, but sadly no, he was not actually trained by the devil. I looked it up.
Turns out he was naturally gifted in martial arts, mostly due to his
That's
strangely
interesting.
good luck.
Yeah, like when he won his first world championship after his
Spubble
rival
bitch.
got food poisoning. That's not suspicious at all.
Victory in hand, Mark took the stage name Mr. Satan in honor of his dojo and to sound better for the cameras. His victories and explosive personality quickly rocketed him to a life of wealth, fame, and luxury.
Which almost came to an end when he and his
this
master
guy.
got drunk and made fun of some random guy's ponytail. Turns out this random guy just so happened to be a superpowered immortal mercenary who then murdered his master. Remember, kids, sticks and
General
stones
Tao,
may break
man,
your
that guy
bones,
is
but
nuts.
words should never be used against a tree-surfing murderer.
From that day forward, Mr. Satan swore he would never fight anyone whose identity was a secret.
That
or
guy's
who
still
seeked
out there,
his
too.
league.
Seemed to forget about that when Cell showed up. Anyway, somewhere along the line, Mr. Satan married a lady named Miguel, and after a round or two in the ovarian
Not
ring,
actually
had
Miguel.
a daughter. Oh, and then his wife died.
Wow, come on, Boomstick, show some tact. Despite his grief, Mr. Satan never let his loss interrupt his lifestyle.
He filled the hole in his life the only way he knew how, with more martial arts. He mastered techniques like his dynamite kick and megaton punch, which sounds like they would make you explode or something epic like that.
But they're actually just regular kicks and punches. He really only named them so he could scream awesome words while fighting. Hey, this is anime after all.
I feel more than a little underwhelmed by this guy right now.
Well, Mr. Satan's techniques were enough for him to legitimately win the 24th World Martial Arts Tournament, becoming the champion of the world and chosen savior to battle Cell. But we already know how that went.
Yeah,
I can watch that over and over. In fact,
I'm surprised they haven't shown any Xenoverse footage.
get away from me, bitch.
Mr. Satan actively avoids fighting those who clearly outclass him, mostly to save his own reputation.
The first time he saw people flying and shooting beams from their hands, he thought it was a bunch of cheap tricks and pyrotechnics. Even after seeing the most epic Kamehameha beam struggle of all time, he
still fake.
denied everything.
It's a trick! It's all a trick, I swear! Someday I'll bring it all to light! I will!
I can't believe that you're still saying that!
But just in case
This
he
is like
finds
super
himself in over his
nostalgic
head,
watching
Mr.
this
Satan
footage.
is packing an assortment of capsules containing jetpacks, disguised explosives, and even missile launchers. Man, if those existed in real life, it would be a TSA nightmare.
If there's anything he's good at, it's public performance. He often weasels his way out of dangerous scenarios with lame excuses like faking stomach aches, and somehow the entire world buys his crap every single time.
I did it! For years, I've been trying to perfect a variation of the Megaton Punch that uses latent energy to cause a delayed reaction to catch my opponent off guard.
Yeah, they just eat that shit up.
And now, work the crowd. I love all of you.
Who are you talking to?
Every single one of you. Like and subscribe.
Mr. Satan is a master of deception, an excellent actor, and a complete fraud. Still, he is strong enough to rip 3 phone books in half and pull 4 buses by himself. And once he actually moved faster than the untrained eye can see, but forgot bullets move fast too.
Well, if I have to say something nice about the guy, at least he's not Yamcha.
Mr. Satan has won the World Martial Arts Tournament upwards of 26 times, although only one of them was legitimate.
Yeah, the other times he rigged it by having Mr. Boo kick everyone's ass and then lose to him on purpose.
Still, it's pretty impressive he managed to befriend one of the most dangerous and untamed monsters in the Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah, really.
Oh, and one time he convinced the whole world's population to stick their hands up in the air and then wave them around like they just don't care, but whatever.
Boomstick that saved the world.
Eh,
Mr. Satan is motivated by 3 things: money, fame, and his daughter, who he seems to prize above all else.
he may be a bit of a con artist, but no matter
Oh,
what
the
he's
gel
up
guy's
against,
beat
Mr.
like
Satan
that.
still
Jeez, that was
finds
the
a way to
worst.
rise above his fears through his own bravery. Wait, did I just say bravery? I meant thick-headedness and straight-up stupidity.
Yeah, okay. Oh, the pain. Oh.
The way Goku's like hunched over like that, like.
Conceptualized in retaliation of SNK's blatant ripoff of Capcom's
Yeah.
characters, Dan Hibiki was always meant to be a complete joke.
Dan had no natural talent in fighting
Poor
people,
SNK.
but his father, Go Hibiki, was a martial arts master with his own dojo.
One day, Go's dojo was visited by Sagat, an enforcer of the crime syndicate Shadaloo. As an advocate of justice, Go refused to be intimidated by the crime lord and stood up to him the only way he knew how.
By kicking his freaking eye out,
Holy
then Sagat
that's how he got
beat him
that.
to death in front of his own son. That should teach you to mess with a 7'4" Muay Thai monster.
It didn't. Enraged and distraught, Dan swore he would avenge his father's death. To do so, he sought out a legendary dojo hidden in the wilderness of Japan.
This thing is more elusive than child support to my ex.
Seems like the more time we spend here, the more questions arise.
Yeah. Like, who the hell's Dad?
Against all odds, Dan found it. He was trained by its master, Goken, the same mentor who taught Ryu and Ken such
That I
legendary
did not
techniques
know.
as the Hadoken and the Shoryuken. Dan began the difficult journey of mastering the use of ki as a weapon of
That's
justice.
weirdo.
Until Goku expelled him because he just sucked.
Well, technically it was because Goken didn't want his training only used for revenge, but let's face it, he knew he was wasting
Satsui no Haru,
However,
Dan,
Dan's
that'd be
determination
crazy.
for vengeance continued. He took the little he had learned from Goken and ironically combined it with some Muay Thai.
This became his very own martial art, the Saikyo Ryu fighting style.
Unfortunately, while that sounds awesome, it didn't really work out.
Dan's fighting style is, well, it sucks. It's awful. There's absolutely nothing redeemable about it. I mean, he can use special moves like the Koryuken and the Dan Kugyaku.
Which are like the dollar store versions of awesome stuff, like the Shoryuken and Tatsumaki, whatever it's called.
Also, Dan Kugyaku, did he
Dan
seriously name one of his
Kugyaku.
moves after himself?
Yeah, he's pretty full of himself, which is why the Saikyo style's strongest technique is excessive taunting. He can taunt while jumping, somehow increasing his airtime. And by focusing all his energy
that actually
at
do
once,
damage?
Dan can perform a taunt so fearsome, it will shock and amaze all who witness it just by being the most worthless thing they've ever seen. This is the legendary taunt.
Here I come! Hola! What's the problem? Don't underestimate me. I'm awesome! Woohoo! Piece of cake!
Now, Dan can manifest his ki into a fireball projectile called the Godoken. In a way, the Godoken is symbolic of Dan himself.
Yeah, it's tiny, pathetic, and doesn't last very long.
Despite this, Dan eventually tracked down his father's killer and offered to make his left eye match his right. In turn, Sagat politely offered to reunite father and son. The long-awaited clash of fists began, a clash in which Dan was bent on retribution.
What? Oh shoot, he won?
No way.
Dan finally achieved the recompense
No, he
he'd
didn't.
so
Really?
long and trained his entire life for, because Sagat threw the fight in pity. Completely unaware of his luck and now confident he was one of the strongest in the world, Dan founded his own dojo to unfortunately teach other people his worthless martial arts.
Thanks, Sagat. Not only have you killed this man's father, but you're ruining other kids' lives now, too.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You'll be
Sagat's
happy
no
to know that
pushover.
Not many students actually enrolled in his class, because he kept forgetting to pay his phone bill and did not include his dojo's address in his commercials.
Oh my
Classic
gosh.
Dan. By the way, what's up with the pink gi?
Well, it was originally white.
Sakura's
but
is
then
bigger
he
than
accidentally
his.
washed it with colors.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Making fun of Dan is fun and all, but let's be honest, he's not a complete pushover. He can take down multiple thugs at once, and even endured a beating from Ryu and Ken simultaneously.
Oh,
No matter
well,
how
that's
many times
something.
he falls, Dan will always get right back up.
And remember how Goken rejected him because of his thirst for vengeance? That's because Dan can actually tap into the Satsui no Hado.
Oh,
He
wow.
has the energy that transformed Goken's brother Akuma into an island-smashing murderer.
We're not joking here. Once Dan did access his Satsui no Hado to use the dreaded Raging Demon.
No way.
A move which obliterates the victim's soul.
That's crazy.
Damn! If Dan can do it, I can do it. All right, watch out, Wes. Here it comes. Ah! Ah! Shit! Fell on my keys.
But more often than not, Dan's a klutz whose overconfident taunting gets him into trouble. He is his own worst enemy.
But even after crying like a baby from stubbing his toe, Dan doesn't let any of it keep him down for long. After all, who else will carry on the heroic legacy of Go Hibiki?
Koryuken!
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, your face is in danger, and only I can save it. If you're like me, blessed to
wow,
radiate
okay.
pure manliness,
I was
then
like,
you know
wait,
it
what?
comes at a price. The price of facial hair stronger than cold steel. It takes a razor made of mithril, forged in dragon fire and quenched in
I was
the
like, is
blood of
that
a unicorn,
Mjolnir
just to get a
in the
close
Master
shave.
Sword?
But since those don't come cheap, I'm often left using them until they're worn out and disgusting. Or I just give up and live in scruffy desolation. That is, until I discover DollarShaveClub.com. For just a few bucks a month, they send me a sleeve of quality blades right to my door. Now I'm able to man-sculpt my face at my leisure, using a new blade every week. Don't settle for using an overpriced, inferior blade for far too long.
Well, I guess I prefer them making their own commercials than, you know, actual commercials. Because there's, at least this is actually kind of
Now
funny.
and choose the razor that's perfect for you. If you won't do it for me, do it for the unicorns. But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Alright, let's go!
Our beloved savior of mankind, Hercule Satan!
I think I'm gonna go with Hercule. I think Hercule would actually kill somebody. I think he's just dirty enough to kill somebody.
Psycho Arts, Dan Hibiki!
Woohoo! Here I come! Ow!
Nice moves, Hibachi. How about you rig yourself out?
You wish, chump. I hope you're ready for a beating.
A weakling like you stands no chance.
It looks like Mr. Satan wants to end this quickly. Which of his patented finishing moves will he use?
Dynamite King!
Oh my god!
What's this? He's avoided the champion's most devastating attack!
Ha! I psyched him out. He'll be too terrified to throw a single punch.
Woohoo! Behold the glory of Psycho!
Whoa! Wow!
And now, behold my ultimate attack! Shinku!
Shinku?
No. Is that what I think it is? What do I do?
Is that what I think it is?
Quick time off the arena. Yeah, I slipped due to my sheer muscle mass. Yeah. Holy crap, how long is this gonna take? Yeah! I've done it! After years of training and grueling exercise, this pathetic phony's cheap tricks won't work on me! Ha!
This is actually pretty funny.
The secret to countering such an attack was to act like a coward!
Yeah! Wait, what?
What's this? Is it just me, or has Mr. Satan illegally smuggled weapons into the arena?
Oh crap! My backup plans! I can't go out like this! What? I've never seen these before! Obviously my challenger snuck them into my road to get me disqualified! Can't even face me like a man!
Oh sweet, a jetpack!
What?
Yeah. Time for the next evolution of my martial art! Ultimate Rocket Booster Psycho Doom! Well, that's disappointing.
Only one more capsule left, but I don't remember what's in it. Gotta think of something fast. This guy's good. I can't track his movements.
Wow, Rush?
What the heck? I mean, what a spectacle! What could the champ be planning?
Oh yeah! I got this! Ah, crap.
I can't believe it, folks! The match
Budokai
is
music,
still
nice.
on, and Mr. Satan's limitless tenacity has worn down the challenger.
Aha! Yes, that's right. I tired him out. Me, Mr. Satan. That was my plan all along.
Well, the thing is, if anybody kills the other person, they're gonna be disqualified anyway.
I have to win!
But that's not really the point of this.
Oh, man!
Watch closely. You're about to witness the real deal! Yeah! This.
Something bad's gonna happen to Hercule, I think.
Oh, man.
I've never seen anything like that. It can only be the champ's new technique, the karaoke punch.
Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I need to see my bats.
Hercule Satan!
KO!
Wow.
Now he can disappoint his father in the afterlife.
Hercule Satan and Dan Hibiki may be pretty pathetic in context, but keep in mind, before the Cell Saga, Mr. Satan was actually a legitimate world champion.
Unlike Dan, who only has one confirmed win to his name, and it was handed to him out of pity.
And Mr. Satan has proven time and time again that he is stronger than the average athletic man.
He once pulled 4 tour buses, which is nearly 60 tons, and then he punched through one of them. That's a sheet of steel right there. Dan struggles to throw a single guy over his shoulder.
Mr. Satan once broke through a tower of 19 tiles with a single chop, and is the only character in Dragon Ball history to have fought both Cell and Majin Buu, and
lived.
Think about that.
Dan's
Yeah.
experience the whole, but in true Hibiki fashion, it amounted to nothing but failure. Just like the time he managed to pull off the Raging Demon, only to be stopped by a high school girl's backpack.
The key
That's
to
why he
his
tripped,
failure
okay.
came from within.
The winner.
Wow, he was gonna
is
be Raging Demon on
Hercule
Sakura? That's pretty lame.
Next time
Okay.
on Death Battle.
That was funny. That was a good fight. It was hilarious. I don't know who this is or what this is. I have no idea what this is.
Hey, I'm Chad. I play
It's been a while since they've had a chick on Death Battle, though.
And we are super excited that Yang from Ruby is coming to the next Death Battle.
Yeah.
What is going on with
fight by this guy? He's mocapping it as we speak.
He doesn't always.
Torian?
Yeah, this
What do you? It's the mocap.
is what I wear every day. But who
Here's
is
Sonic the
Yang
Hedgehog,
gonna
get
fight?
up.
You can stick to our social media, and we will let you know very soon. Just go find us on Facebook, official SA, or on Twitter at ScrewAttack.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty funny. So, yeah, you know, I kind of thought Hercule would win, but the way he won, that was insane. I'm gonna have to like go back and look at my own reaction because I was not expecting that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the quality is much better than my previous ones, and I think I finally worked out all the kinks. So yeah. Anyway, Kokiten Luffy signing out. Peace.